Welcome to Walking Wild. I'm Bob. In this reading, we're going to explore, not that much, an aspect of reality that the viewer might be avoiding in some way, and how that affects your life. The card here, the fourth house, which is talking about your roots. So there might be something from your childhood or a family pattern, something like that, that's somehow preventing you, I hear, from moving on, or from a situation perhaps, or from a point of view, from something that you, I don't know, feel tied to. It can be a way of thinking, it can be, what your way of viewing something like that. But there's something here about your roots. So let's see here, Spirit, what else can we know about this? These cards are very new and they kind of stick together. There might be some sort of message in that some things are very sticky, in the sense that it's hard to let go of. It's like, it seems like it's a very stubborn part of a pattern or something like that. Excuse me, I just have some tea. It's still very early here, so as I'm recording this. All right, tell me more about this aspect here that is in some way or form being avoided. The Hermit. There's something about, of course, the Hermit. See how they stick together? It's like you can't really just get one card. Well, you can, but it's not easy. There's something here with this Hermit energy of course, that's an energy of going into yourself, being, curious about, your patterns, your shadows, all of that. This introspecting of, connecting to your inner wisdom, to guidance, to kind of, I don't know, I get this, stepping away from the hustle and bustle kind of thing to, look at this. There's something about an inner wisdom that you have here that is not really coming quite into the light. You might be ignoring some sort of inner wisdom that you have, and that is why that is coming up. Please tell me about the Hermit here, Spirit. What is this? And we get a whole bunch of cards again. Here's the Strength card. So, this could be, pulling on your own inner strength, but also something that whatever this, and I feel for a lot of you, this is a pattern that has been created, and it's something that it takes a lot of strength for you to carry. You may not be aware of this. A lot of these patterns that we carry from childhood, are unconscious type of patterns that we have with us. But see, there's a lot of beauty in this card too. See how the flowers are kind of growing here, and she is in this deck carrying the lion, which is really in a way beautiful. It's like, okay, I'm able to pick myself up, if this is her inner strength, I'm able to actually pick this up and carry it with me and have it with me at all times, and sort of nurturing yourself in that. Here's the Eight of Wands. Something about communication, something about your guides here. My feeling with this is that you're in this process, and it's like once you see something about this, you'll realize how much you've actually been doing this, and it will sort of, come as a surprise. That's interesting. Here's the Queen of Cups. It's like once you wake your and Temperance here. It's like once you wake your intuition, then something in your way of viewing this changes. Don't give up. Follow your vision boldly. Yeah, it seems like there's whatever this is that you have been avoiding, it has really been holding you back in a lot of ways, from perhaps seeing your own potential, from going after your dreams, from, I don't know, really kind of, I get this feeling of believing that things are possible for you on a deeper level. Here's the gem lying over here. It's kind of like your inner, seeing your inner beauty, your inner strength, resilience. There's something here about really reinventing your roots somehow. I don't know, that might seem strange. I hope this makes sense. It seems like a crinkled message, if there's such a thing. I don't know if that's a word. Why is it important to stop avoiding this particular aspect? Spirit, can we know more about that? These cards are so sticking together. I think they might, this sense of becoming more, kind of like more open in your energy, more open for new ideas, new suggestions, new ways of doing things, not sticking so much to this old way of being here. Let's see here. Queen of Wands. Yeah, creating a new passionate version of yourself. The Queen of Wands, to me, she's like very, she's creative, she's optimistic, she's like, oh yes, I believe that, of course this can, of course I can do this, of course things are possible. She's very creative, she's independent. All of that is kind of like this energy of, I can do this. So there's something here about stepping away from this perceived reality of, maybe coming from something that has a lot, a more stuck energy. This is weird. Focus your vision. Yeah, it's like there's just a need for a new way of viewing something, because the old way, whatever it is, has kept you stuck. I think it's sort of left you thinking that you cannot, you can't really manifest what you want to manifest. You're not really cut from that kind of cloth, I hear. I don't know what that means, but, but the reality of it is that, of course, you can create your own life. In all fairness, you're the only one who can create your own life. By the choices you make, the decisions you take. It's the things you speak. You can hear how my voice is giving out a little bit here. Excuse me. So there's something here about seeing your own strength, seeing your own capabilities, and not playing small. How can you accept this truth? 9 of Pentacles. Can I know more about that, Spirit? There's definitely a belief system here that needs to change. Knight of Wands. Over time, the Knight of Wands is like a slower moving energy. So it's like, but still it's an energy that moves. So I'm seeing this like winding road and someone walking down of it and picking flowers along the way. It's kind of like, yeah, I get this feeling of it. You might sometimes feel like you are moving really slowly towards whatever your dreams are, but that doesn't mean you're not, moving towards them. I can't speak today, apparently. It's just that it might be taking longer than what you thought, but there's a reason for this. You're picking up these flowers, you're putting them, I'm seeing one of these wicker baskets and someone, picking up these very beautiful flowers and putting them in the baskets. And it's like there's this energy of wanting to make this beautiful flower arrangement, but you need to collect whatever it is you need for it. You need all the different type of flowers. So you have to walk along the road for quite a while in order to see that. And some of you are like, well, heck, I've been walking this road for decades. But, you know, still, it's like there's something about not, here's the devil energy at the bottom of the deck, not, you know, gaslighting yourself into thinking that just because things are moving slowly, they're not moving. And the Chariot is underneath that. And it's so interesting because see here in this deck here, then, you know, in a lot of decks, the Chariot is like full force ahead. But here in this deck, she's actually taking a break and tending to the horses, you know, standing there, petting them, talking to them. So it's kind of like, you know, it's this energy of, yes, you might want things to move really fast, but don't disregard that whatever it is you are doing right now, even if it doesn't, you know, if you're not really aware of what it is, it serves a purpose for where you're going. There's something to that. Seven of Pentacles here. You know, planting things and kind of being patient and seeing how does it develop, where is this going. You know, there's like wide open spaces here, lots of possibilities, but somehow it's like there's something in these roots that you have to see. And the flowers, you know, I don't know, something about separating from the roots. You know, roots are good, you're grounded, you're all of that, but it's like you can also take something and separate from the roots and take them and make, and, you know, transform it into something new, to this flower arrangement that has a beauty in its own. There's something in that. Okay, tell me more about how we can work with this energy, Spirit, of accepting whatever this truth is and kind of, and again, for most of you, I really think there's something you're feeling is not moving, but it actually is, and there's a purpose for it, you know, moving with the speed that it has. I hope that makes sense. See, these cards are just so... There's a need for something to expand here. Yes, your Five of Wands. It is a struggle, you know, or it has been a struggle. There's been, you know, just this energy of kind of being stuck along the way, not really having the room to move. Tell me more about that, Spirit. Ace of Cups. Potential for something new. Yeah, and Eight of Pentacles. So it's like, keep working, because the potential is here. You know, the good stuff is coming. The Ace of Cups is, you know, all the aces are potential, but this is like, you know, love, intuition, all the good stuff, connections. This, you know, is, there's definitely potential for you to connect to your own inner strength again, which, you know, I feel like a lot of you are, you know, with the strength card. I put it back in here apparently, but, you know, where you are carrying the lion instead of the lion walking next to you. There might also be something about sometimes it's okay to put the lion down and kind of let the lion lead the way, if that makes sense, instead of you having to feel like you have to fend for yourself. I don't know, there's something there. Okay. Can I know something about a pattern or behavior that, you know, plays into this whole scenario? Well, apparently that was a card that wanted to jump. Yeah, Ten of Wands. I think it has to do with that if this is your reading, you have had a lot of hardship. You've been through a lot of experiences that has not been easy, that has been difficult to deal with, some of them having to do with your childhood, with the roots of where you came from, connections, that type of thing. And it's like a part of you knows that you're actually out of this, that you have actually healed this, you have seen it for what it was, you have moved through it, taking the flowers with you that you can, you know, use to build the new reality that you want to have. But it's like this has been going on for so long that it's, it's a slow process to actually, even though that you have seen it, then releasing it and kind of leaving it behind in peace, I hear, is a process. And some days you might feel like, okay, I'm done with this. I've seen it. I've, whatever it is. And then it's like, poof, there's something that, comes back and reminds you. And it's like, oh man, or this, or things are just not going. But really there's this need to trust. Yeah, here's the Four of Swords, the energy of healing, the energy of relaxation, and the need to just slow down a little bit, to accept that the reality of this is it's taking you a long time to get here, and it might take a little bit longer before you can totally let it go and start building on the other side. And I don't feel like this is like there's going to be this moment in time and you'll be like, all right, I'm done with that. It's sort of more like you're crossing a bridge, and the further you get, the more you're leaving the past behind, and eventually you'll stand on the other side of the bridge, and there's the open road ahead of you. But it just takes longer than what you might have thought would, be, I don't know, be the case, or, yeah. All right. So there's a tendency to feel that, you lack patience, basically. And don't take that the wrong way. It's not like but it's just like, I think you have this idea about, I've done so much healing work, I've done so much this and that, and why the heck are things not moving? It's coming. So something we're not seeing about this issue. The Fool. Yeah, here's the new beginning. It's coming. I told you. It is coming. It's just not fully there yet. You're still on the bridge. You're still on the road to, the other side. Not, literally going to the other side. But to, the other side of this kind of river thing. And yeah, rivers, because water is emotions. And this has been an emotional, turbulent time, going on. And it, like a lot of things, life doesn't go in a straight line. It's like this river of emotions, of experiences, kind of, goes through the landscape in a not so straight line. So there's something here about being ready to cross over and kind of leave some of the river behind, metaphorically speaking. Yeah. Okay. How to become a better, well, not a better, but a more healed, what to do in this meantime thing that you're crossing this bridge. What to do here, what to know here. Nine of Wands. This is a card, bruised and battled and all of that. This to me right here is like, just take really good care of yourself. Allow yourself to be, in this energy. Don't, bonk yourself over the head going like, well, things should be moving. I'm, doing this and that and da-da-da, and why can't I manifest? And take a more loving approach. Try to get in this mindset of, okay, so this is not moving right now. What can I do to nurture myself? What can I do to prepare for whatever it is you want to create? Small things that you can work with. Perhaps, if you're trying to create, I don't know, if you're wanting to teach someone something, that's just an example. But prepare material, make a plan, try and, see, are there things that I need to learn that, is going to help me in this? What is it that I can do peacefully? Very, very, it's literally like peacefully. How can I nurture myself in this process of things taking longer than what I anticipated, and realizing that is not a bad thing. That's just spirit projecting your energy, making sure that you have the necessary time to fully blossom when you get to the other side of this bridge with, with all your flowers and have to build. Yeah, here's the Knight of Swords. Now that is often a fast-moving energy. So, you know, there's definitely this restlessness energy here with it, but it's also, you know, it's natural if we've been through a lot to want to leave that behind. But it's like it takes the time it takes so that the healing can fully manifest somehow. It's like if it was going any faster, there would be a part of you that couldn't keep up. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Leave me a comment if this resonates with you. And please give the video a thumbs up if it does. That would be wonderful. I really appreciate that. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. See, because you're working on, you know, your Ten of Pentacles, the dream life, all the good stuff. So it's important to, when you move from, you know, Ten of Wands to Ten of Pentacles, which is where you're going on this road, you know, you're moving away from all this hardship that you have carried with you, some of you for your entire lifetime, you know, that started in childhood, perhaps even in previous lives for some of you. But it's like it takes a long time to cross that bridge. But what's in front of you is opportunities. You know, Queen of Cups is there. I had the Ace of Cups is up here. You know, potential to build something really beautiful. It just needs time to slowly grow into what it's meant to be. Tell me more about that, Spirit. Can I know more here? Whoops. Yeah, Knight of Cups. This is basically Spirit telling you to be kind to yourself, to pay attention to your intuition, to be, you know, work on being in this energy of receiving good things. Some of you might have a block on, no, you know, good things doesn't happen to me, or I can't do this, I'm not worthy, I'm not, you know, whatever it is. And it's important that you nurture yourself, you know. See, there's the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups. It's kind of, and there's some, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, there's also something here about learning to trust that you can provide for yourself, that you actually can build this beautiful, for some of you, some sort of creativity with this Queen of Wands energy here would be really good in grounding you and just sort of opening up your heart space, opening up your intuition, and being more, you know, to being more receptive. I feel, let's see here. Joy of generosity, you know, you might be going out and doing something for other people, just sort of, I don't know, there's this very calm, loving energy here, you know, take, kind of like this, make sure you take time to smell the roses. And I know that's such a cliche, but that's really, you know, take time to, I almost want to say interact with Spirit, but Spirit here being in the form of other people. It's like there's something here that what you give out is going to be part of what you get, you know. And of course, you know, karmically speaking, there's this give and take, but it's like there's some goodness in, I don't know, helping others in some way that will somehow help you manifest. But beautiful energy. It's over here. I have, you know, the inside of a set of cards that I have that says, "Love is the force that shapes destinies." It's kind of that, you know, energy that, yeah, there's things you can do while you're waiting. Actually, not you know, it's not that I feel like you're just sitting there waiting, but while you're slowly building, while you're slowly crossing this bridge, there's things you can do here to, I don't know, manifest love and still the same one. Manifest love and generosity towards yourself also into your life. All right. Advice, Spirit. I hope this makes sense to you guys. It's a beautiful energy, but it's somewhat hard to put into words. Yeah, here's that devil energy again. Don't doubt yourself. You know, don't gaslight yourself into thinking that because things are not moving as fast as you thought they should, then you're never going to get to the other side of this bridge. Things are never going to materialize. It's not going to work out and stuff. That's not the energy I'm getting at all. But I think some of you are kind of falling into that trap of questioning, why are things going so slowly? I feel I have this vision, and I think you do. Most of you have a vision for what it is you want, but there's something in the timing here. There's something in the divine timing that you're learning things along the way. You may not even be aware of what you're picking up, but something is building here that you're taking with you when you're crossing this bridge here, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. There's definitely something here about working on this at a slow and steady pace, you know, looking ahead to the future, kind of playing around with ideas. Maybe some of you need to brainstorm something. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. So, but yeah, for some of you, there might be some practical things that needs to fall into place. Again, my feeling with it is there's a lot of planning that you can actually do. Brainstorm with yourself, do some planning. Maybe, you know, there's some kind of material that you need to do, or you need to find a venue, or you need to, I don't know, something slow and steady, walking down this road here. But things are moving. That's the overall message. Things are moving. Don't think that things are not moving. They might be going slow, but they are moving. Good stuff's coming. And that's not to say you don't have good stuff now, you know, but it's, yeah, the Lovers, balance, you know. Divine direction, connection with spirit, with your own masculine and feminine. You're coming more into balance is basically the feeling I'm getting with this. For some of you, there might also, you know, be someone else coming into your life that you can cooperate with in some ways. But for most of you, I think it's coming more into balance with yourself. And that's going to help you manifest what it is you want to bring into the world here. Six of Cups. There's some nostalgia here too. For some of you, there might be someone returning from the past, and there's something you have to learn there in order to, you know, to move forward. Or they might bring you gifts that you haven't previously seen, because new things are going to show up in this connection, something like that. Here's the Strength card again. All right, Spirit. Anything else? Seven of Cups. Yeah, you have choices here, and I know this can sometimes be a card of illusions and stuff, but that's not really my feeling with it here. It's more like lots of possibilities are gonna, you know, show themselves on this road. Here's the Hierophant, you know, your spiritual path, things you learn, and perhaps some of you are collecting things. I want to say though, don't fall into the trap of thinking you can't do anything until you have taken, you know, all kinds of courses and all kinds of, you know, there's a feeling here of things are manifesting as you're going along, as you're crossing this bridge, you know. You picked up all kinds of stuff. You have learned a lot, you know. So it's not that you really need to learn more things. It's more that you need to integrate what you've already learned and decide on which direction do I want to go. It's kind of like which toy, I don't know, that weird things that pops into my head, but it's kind of like which toy do I want to play with first, or what do I want to bring into to play in whatever this is. and know that there's, you know, more things to come down the line. There's more things from you to choose from, more tools that you can bring into whatever it is you're working with. So it's not a set thing. It's not a, okay, I'm done now and this is what it's going to look like forever. It's more like you're, yeah, you know, you always have a choice. Here's the Two of Wands, to, you know, make a new decision, plan something new, do something new, go in a new direction. It's not like, you know, you're basically collecting tools, and then, you know, you'll be able to use them as you go along. Yeah, to build something, a solid foundation. See, here's the foundation again. Here was the roots, and here's the Four of Wands, which, you know, is your stability, your foundation, being safe, being in a community, being in harmony, abundance, all of that good stuff. So you're in the middle of building a new foundation for yourself after whatever heartbreak, you know, sorrow, past pains, whatever it is you have been through. So, yeah, there's the Chariot. And you will move forward as soon as you're done tending to the horses, you know. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope that helps, guys, and I hope you it makes sense to you somehow. But just know that patience is okay. Things are moving, even though they might not move as fast as you would want them to. Then there is a higher purpose for that. So, anyways, write me a comment. If you feel like it, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you so much. Big love.